It's good to be home.
Like conquering heroes, the Desert Caballeros Trail Ride returns to Wickenburg, Arizona. For the 69th year, some 135 men have spent 5 days horseback in the beautiful Sonoran Desert.
Are we having fun?
This final day on the DC ride was a celebration, a mission accomplished. But earlier, some mixed emotions as well.
It's going to be good to get back, but you kind of miss the people more than anything else, actually.
That last day's trail would take us through the Hassayampa River Canyon, another gorgeous day horseback in a beautiful part of the American West.
Been wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
It all began a week earlier back in Wickenburg, as riders from all over the country, around the world, and from all walks of life reconnected at a series of pre-ride parties or met for the very first time.
Very psyched up. Just the history of it, the history of it. It's the longest and oldest all-male trail ride.
This is my second year. I wish I'd started 10 years ago.
We see some sights that you just cannot believe. It's a real special thing, and as you go through the ride and you ride the beautiful Sonoran Desert, you end up meeting people from all over the country that over the years you become good friends with.
Dr. Paul Cleaver has been part of the Desert Caballeros for 58 years. But the past president and former trail boss is no longer physically able to make the ride.
The Desert Caballeros ride has been one of the biggest parts of my life.
With most riders from out of town, most rode rental horses, like the ones provided by Tim Show of Tucson's Pantano Stables. We met our mounts the day before the ride.
Well, there's 48 guests riding, but we brought 58 for extras and wranglers. Okay. From novices to advanced riders, from people that's never rode to people that ride every day.
It's the best string of horses for rental that I believe I've ever experienced.
See you next time.
Sunday evening, riders, wives, and friends gathered for one last splendid send-off party at Wickenburg's Rancho de los Caballeros Dude Ranch Resort. Lots of cool stuff to bid on at the silent auction, and lots of fascinating people to meet, like local rancher and longtime DC ride supporter Angel Morales.
Yeah, my daddy come here in a covered wagon.
Transplanted New Yorker Boots O'Donnell was here for his very first DC ride.
I can't wait.
Jim Nichols was back from California for his 25th.
Out of all the rides I've been on, this is my favorite. And one of the reasons it's my favorite is it goes from point A to point B to point C. It's a real ride.
The ladies were having a good time.
Plus we have our own party Monday night.
Many of these women would soon be on their own horseback adventure, the annual week-long Las Damas ride.
I'm chair of that ride this year, so I'll be working on that this week and probably having some fun with some of the girls.
For the cowboys, the real fun would begin in the morning.
I got a Rick Nauman. Yeah. His saddle over there.
Monday morning, downtown Wickenburg.
I'm going to put you on Bam Bam.
After final introductions to our horses,
So they'll probably be calling you Pebbles.
Probably.
Okay, is that okay with you?
It makes no difference to me.
Okay.
everybody was raring to go, with a few exceptions.
I'm dreading it.
Why's that?
My rear end's not gonna like it.
Yeah?
It's real physical.
Why do you put yourself through it?
I guess just to prove that I still can.
The DC ride is a big deal in this small yet historic western town, and after the speeches,
Whose broad stride,
the national anthem, and the prayer,
Father God,
the riders set out in grand fashion, with flags in the lead, parading through the streets. And then we were off the pavement and into the desert, rugged mountain trails, towering saguaro cactus, and relaxed conversation.
so you summer up in the San Jacintos?
That's why they call me El Nieto, the grandson.
Michael Rosenberg's grandfather introduced him to the ride 11 years ago.
Yeah, he just turned 87 this year, so he doesn't ride much anymore.
Michael's an experienced horseman, but he's not here for the riding.
There are a lot of great people on this ride, all types. The people that ride anytime we want, the only reason we come out is for the people.
RJ Morris is a flight instructor, teaching people how to fly light jets.
Flew in 5 James Bond movies.
If your viewing audience could see the position you're in, they would be amazed.
Attorney Jim Nichols is a founding member of the Cowboy Lawyers Association.
You meet interesting people and you're in God's country. Look at these mountains, look at these skies. If you like cowboy, and what's not to like?
Scott Stevens works in IT security.
I live in a strange high-tech world. I'm on airplanes every week, so for me this is a nice change of pace. It's completely different from the other 51 weeks of the year.
That's awesome.
Keeping all these guys safe is job number one. Crew members with radios are spaced throughout the ride to call for medical help if it's ever needed.
And we have a direct radio to the sheriff's office, to the helicopter if we need it.
What did he do, lose a shoe?
He did.
A farrier was on board to handle any horseshoe problems.
The guys care about their horses.
And veterinarian Dr. Robin Waldron was here to keep the horses healthy.
Most of the riders care a lot about the horses. They try to take good care of them, and if there's a problem, they let me know right away. And if it's a serious problem, the horse is pulled and he gets a trailer ride home. If the horse has got a minor problem, sometimes we can patch it and get back to the next stop and fix it more permanently that way.
Well, we rode out of Wickenburg about 11 o'clock this morning. It's about 2 o'clock now. We're getting our first water break. Beautiful day on a good horse. Great trip.
Along the trail, wranglers, easy to spot with their red hat bands, were ready to assist any rider at any time and take the reins when the day's trek was over.
How'd you do, buddy?
Did good.
You didn't fall off?
I didn't. Stayed on somehow.
All right, that's good.
Somehow. So how's your day, Patrick?
Awesome.
Nice run, 1363.
After 2 days on the trail, we stayed put on Wednesday for a day of R&R. You could test your horsemanship in a friendly competition known as Gymkhana, while some of the other guys went trap shooting.
There goes my baby. There you go.
Later, some exciting amateur horse racing. Fred Snyder got to be one of the jockeys.
They asked me if I would do it, and I've always wanted to do this.
He was riding Robert Burnside's quarter horse, Lady.
So, confident of victory here?
Marginal.
Marginal.
We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, that's right.
The Buck Dollar Band came up from Phoenix to entertain. Quite a concert around the campfire. While we relaxed, the wranglers were hard at work, taking good care of all the horses, setting up the huge picket lines, saddling, brushing, watering, and feeding.
We've got a heck of a crew.
We got a good crew. We got the picket lines up fast.
Yeah, we probably got one of the better crews we've had for a long time. I mean, they're all good crews, but these guys are kind of exceptional.
Houston's catering kept all the cowboys fed in grand fashion.
They eat well, they eat often, and they eat a lot.
Mickey Houston's menu included steak and shrimp, brownies, and ice cream.
My grandpa, who's 93 years old, makes the gravy for me still.
During the summer, Houston's mobile kitchens hit the road, feeding the crews that battle forest fires. He can feed 3 meals a day to 3,000 people a day. So taking care of the caballeros is almost like a paid vacation.
They like us here, and we like to be here.
Then there's all the tents, tables, chairs, and porta potties to move from camp to camp, plus all the advance work to scout, ride, and clear the trails that goes on in the weeks and months before the ride.
And it's a challenge. You know, we finish this week, you can go home and you realize you're doing something not everybody can do. So there's a lot of work goes into this before the actual ride.
What a ride it is. Closer look at the trail just ahead.
You guys camp tonight.
It's 6:30 in the morning, and the DC Ride Advance Party heads out of camp. About half a dozen guys lead pack horses loaded down with cold drinks. They'll set up a midday refreshment stand along the trail.
None of our models agree.
But leading pack horses can be a challenge.
The packs, the weight of the packs, compress the pad a little bit, so after you ride for a while, the cinches loosen up. Oh yeah, this is really loose.
And sometimes the packs need adjusting.
Good.
This used to be a sheep camp in this area.
There's lots of history on the trail and the old mining and wagon roads in the backcountry of the remote Arizona desert.
Oh boy, this is really wonderful, rugged country. Great for horseback, great for hiking.
During the week, the trail would take us over rocky mountain tops and down again, through narrow canyons, and the old ghost town mining camp of Gold Bar.
Windows right there, all lead glass, World War I vintage glass.
and always an easy sense of humor along the way.
So where are we at this moment? What do you call this canyon?
We're right here.
Right.
Remember, no matter where you go, there you are.
Yeah, no matter where you go, there you are. See?
Right.
Yeah.
Long days in the saddle come with no ringing phones, no emails, no pressure. Replaced by the soothing clip-clop of the horses, the beauty of the desert, and if you're lucky, a glimpse of its wildlife, like a rare desert tortoise. It's a chance to switch off from the outside world, relax, and connect.
I mean, you can't ride a horse as many miles as we do together and not just relax and talk to each other. There's an openness here that you don't find in other places. It's a fraternity in a way, but not. It's more. It's deeper than that, I think.
And that's what brings these guys back year after year.
This is actually my 5th year of riding and 30th year out here.
What keeps you coming back?
Camaraderie mostly. Just enjoy being around these guys.
Yeah.
It's a great ride.
By week's end, you not only understand the motto of this group, but you feel it too. For the love of the ride.
Yeah, it's been a great ride. I think everybody's enjoyed it.
And come every April, this Brotherhood of the Saddle will ride out of Wickenburg once again.